Okay, so I haven't done a video in months, and I apologize for that. I was a little busy with life over the summer, but I am getting back in the swing of things. And I just wanted to show you what I've been working on now for the holidays. I'm getting ready for my little booth. I rent out a little booth in a store here by my house, and I sell my art in there. So I'm getting ready for the holidays and starting to change it over for Christmas and winter and all that. I went on Amazon and I bought, let me see if I can get one of these. I went on Amazon and I bought, I believe these are like 3" by 3" little canvases, and they came with an easel, and it was a pack of like 30, something like that. You could just go on Amazon and check that out if you want to do this. So the way you can do watercolors on canvas is you have to go and get something by Core. It's called Watercolor Ground, and it is like a gesso. For those of you that have done gesso with acrylics before, it's kind of a, let me see if I can get a brush here. It's kind of like a primer, basically. Like if you were gonna prime a wall in a house, it's kind of like primer for your canvas. So what you would do is you would just apply this to the canvas, just brush it all over, let it dry completely. You could even take a little bit of fine grained sandpaper and lightly sand it if you want to, and give it a second coat if you want to. I find that one coat is just fine, but if you see if one coat is not working great for you, you can go ahead and give it 2 coats. But definitely sand it between coats. All right, let me close that up. So you can get this pretty much anywhere. I think I got this at Michael's. So it's by Core, and it's called Watercolor Ground. And like I said, it's like a gesso just to prime your canvas so that the watercolors can adhere to the canvas. Because normally watercolors traditionally are just for watercolor paper. But you can also use them on canvas if you want to, if you prime it with that first. All right, so I went ahead and I primed all these, and I did just a quick little wash of like a purple. This one I did like a, get that off there. This one here I did like an orange and a yellow mix. This one I just did a kind of more of a grayed down blue. This one's a little bit more of a pink and an orange. So you could do any colors you want. I just went ahead and did a ton of them. And then I just started painting some really small little holiday little images here of a Christmas tree, a candy cane, a snowman. I'm gonna do maybe a wreath. So I just used a watercolor paper, just a tiny little scrap. Even if you have scraps that you think you're throwing away, just save them, because you never know what you could do with them. And I just did like a little candy cane. I just painted it out really quick, then I cut it out. So just go ahead and make a ton of these if you can. I did another one. So I did 2 snowmen, 2 trees, and 2 candy canes. You can make them any color, just Google some images and you could do all sorts of different Christmas trees and snowmen and all that. But my little technique that I've been doing lately is collages. Let me show you really quick what I did with some here. So I did some, these are not for Christmas of course, but I did some collages with florals because I love doing florals. When I'm not doing Christmas or any kind of season painting, I'm usually doing florals or landscapes. And my stuff is really bright and colorful and very cheerful. So I know that's not for everybody, so you can tone this down if you want to, or you can use these nice vibrant colors if you want to as well. This was a little canvas. I just went ahead and I did some watercolor background, and then on the canvas, and then I did the watercolor little cutouts here. Actually, I'll show you. I know I'm jumping around all over the place, but I have not made a video in quite a while, so I have a lot to catch up with you. So I have this box here, and I keep all my little watercolor. This side I've got all my leaves, and this side I've got all my florals. So I just have this little watercolor box. So whenever and I even decorated the front of the box too. So these are all collages. You could even add these to wood if you want to. It's just glue. You just glue them down, cut them out and glue them down. You can make really pretty little, knickknacks for around the house. But anyways, so that's what I do is I go ahead and I just make a whole bunch of different flowers. I did some fruit. I did some lemons, which I don't have here. They're probably still in my box. But anyways, so go ahead and make whatever you want. But so this is how it's going to kind of look. That's why I wanted to show you this. This is going to be how it kind of looks. I just layer. So I've been really into my little collages lately. So getting back to the holiday ones. let's go ahead and do on this blue. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like a little tree scene, and I want it to look like there's snow. So it would be really easy just to use like a Posca pen or even acrylic paint and just do like little dots to make it look like it's snowing, but I want to take it one step further. So I went ahead and I painted just watercolor paper, plain watercolor paper. I went ahead and did a little bit of a wash of a blue and green on here. I'm taking just a regular hole punch. You can find it anywhere at your office supply stores. And I'm going to go ahead and punch out a few. Let's see if this is working. There we go. And it's nice if you have a little bit of a mix in here of different colors so that your little cutouts have different colors in them. So here's a little bit more green, here's a little bit more blue. It's just nice to have that, unless you want a solid color. I'm going to take them out. So I've got all my little cutouts here. And my hole puncher, some of them, I don't know, I think I gotta get a new hole puncher, but some of them turned out a little, I don't know, not as crisp as I wanted it to, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm just showing you guys. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just start layering them down on my canvas and just play around with it a little bit and see if the way you look, like you like the way it looks. Actually, I am not sure I like that blue on the blue background because I can't see it. You know what? I'm going to change over there. I think I like this better. I'm going to change over to one of my pinkish orange ones. And now you can see. So I want these to look like little snowflakes. And you don't have to use that many. Use as many as you want. You could even do some Posca marker in here if you want to, so you can have some smaller ones. Maybe these are too large for you. I don't know if they make different size hole punches. I'm assuming they do. But this is just a generic and this is the size you get. But if they have smaller ones, go for it. So I want to do a little bit of a ground here. So I'm going to get my brush. I am just using my Princeton, my black velvet brushes. And let's see, what size am I using? A 6 and an 8 is what I have right here. And I'm also using Winsor Newton watercolors. I've showed you this on many videos before, but I have them all laid out. I have 2 palettes just like this, and I laid them all out. So these are more of my cool colors. There is a couple warm here, but that's because I have run out of room on my other palette. And then my other palette is warm colors. So this is what I do. And I also don't really clean off my palette. If I really need like a nice clean space, I'll just take a little bit of water, a paper towel, and it just rub off and just get a nice clean space there. Otherwise, I usually don't like to waste my paint. We all know paints are pretty expensive. And the beauty of watercolors is you can just reactivate them with water. So I just go ahead and just leave my palette looking like this. And then that way I feel like I'm not wasting any paint at all. But if this bothers you and you don't like this messy look, just go ahead, put a little water, a little paper towel, and you can get a nice clean palette again. All right, so I am going to grab for my ground here. Let's see, I think I want a little bit of a blue. So again, this is watercolor. And it is, see how nicely it is taking onto the canvas because I used my watercolor ground. All right. And I think that's a little too blue, so I'm going to take some of that off with just some clean water. Just take it off, rub it onto my paper towel here. Okay. So that way we just gave it a little bit of a ground for our tree. And let's see, what else do we want to do in the background? Maybe we can paint some trees on here, or what we could do is we could even paint a couple trees on watercolor paper and cut them off. But I'm thinking maybe more of like a snowy scene. Maybe I'll use, let me get those off. So this is the fun about how fun it is with the collages, because you could just put together a whole bunch of different things. If you just have a night that you're a little bored and you don't know what to do, just take out your watercolors and just start making a whole bunch of little images and cut them out and just keep them in a box like I do. So then that way you can just start playing around with them on a day that you actually feel like creating an actual painting. I think I might, actually maybe I'll just use the little snowman. You know what, I think that's cute. Maybe just the little snowman with the snowflakes around it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my I just use tacky glue. You can get this pretty much anywhere. And I'm unscrewing it because my tip got clogged. I lost the little top for my glue here and it got clogged. So that's okay. I am just going to put a little bit on my paper here. And that's another reason I have paper. It's down like this. It's just like a butcher block type paper. You can just roll it out. I've got it in, here, let me just show you real quick. You can get this anywhere. It's just a roll of paper and I am just unrolling it. And when I feel like I've messed up enough, you just tear it off and roll out a new piece. So I just kind of use this as my palette as well. And it's also protecting my, my table underneath. All right, so I'm just gonna squeeze out a little bit there and I'm gonna take my little snowman. Oops, didn't mean to put him in the glue. I'm gonna take my finger. You could take a brush if you don't like getting your fingers messy. I don't mind getting my fingers messy. And just kind of put it all over the back of the snowman. And then you can place him down. And I want him to touch the ground there. Now he's gonna pop off a little bit. You just have to hold it down for a couple seconds until it really adheres to the canvas. And then you can let go. And if you see that it's starting to pop up a little bit, you can always just push it down again. All right, I am gonna start adding these little snowflakes. So here again, I'm gonna take a little bit of glue and I'm gonna put a little bit on the little round part that we punched out. And I am going to glue that down. So it's really cute when you start layering things. It just looks a little bit more 3D. It gives a little bit more character. Like I said, you could be doing these snowflakes with acrylic paint, Posca markers, whatever, more watercolors. I just find it to be a little bit cuter. It just gives it a little bit more detail, a little bit more pop if you start making it more like a collage. And you could put down as many as you want. And I'm gonna leave a little room because I think I'm gonna give him some little arms. So let's see, maybe one more down here. All right. Now with the arms, you can go ahead and do them in watercolor. You can also take your Micron acrylic pens. I've got a size 5 here. If you don't have these, you can use any, even a Sharpie if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just draw in some little arms. And if I don't like the way it looks, I will go over it with watercolor because the canvas is obviously very bumpy. The canvases are bumpy. There's little grooves in there. And so it's not gonna be a completely straight line with this. So, okay, so that was the pen. Let's go ahead and just go over that with some paint because I just want to see the difference. So we're going to experiment here right on camera. I'm just going to get a little bit of brown paint going here. Mix in a little bit of black. So I've got this nice dark brown. And I'm going to go over and just see if I can, just with the tip of my brush, make some little arms. See, that kind of smooths it out a little bit better. The paint just kind of goes in all the little peaks and valleys versus the pen, which is kind of like bumping all over the place. That's cute. And let's go ahead and do one on the other side. All right. Thicken this up a little bit here. There. Oh, is he cute? Now that side's darker because I did use the black pen first on that side, so I might go ahead and just darken this up a little bit. All right, look how cute that is. All right, and if you want, you can also even add, and actually, you know what? I like odd numbers, so I'm gonna add another snowflake. Let's see. This one is okay. Go ahead and add one over here. There. Cute. And if you wanted to give him a hat, you can. You can add more snowflakes in the background. Let's go ahead and add a few more little snowflakes. I'm going to do that with watercolor. I'm just going to take a little bit of my watercolor blue, and I'm just going to dab in a couple little dots here and there. Like that. So you just can go around him, even if you want to put a few on him, because obviously it's snowing in front of him as well. But I think I'm going to choose not to do that. And then once these blend out, see how the little puddle there that I made, the little dot, it's starting to bleed out. So it's just going to look a little bit more blurred in the background, versus these here that are actually on watercolor paper are going to be a little bit more crisp. So you're going to have a variety, which is going to look really nice actually, because I like that, because it looks like some are more in the background, some are in the foreground. So I like that look. You don't have to do this. If you want to do it all collage, you can do that. And I'm going to add just a few more here and there, because I really like the way that's starting to look. And if you want to just bump it up another little notch, I've got my gold here. It's a metallic gold by Deco Art. You can use any gold you want. And I also have glitter, but this one here is by Folk Art. And it's just really fine, fine glitter. You could go ahead and add a little bit of glitter to the background. You can add a little bit of glitter to the actual snowman. I think I'm gonna give him a little scarf. And let's go ahead and do a little gold scarf. I'm going to use not my watercolor brush for this, because this is acrylics. I am going to use an acrylic brush for this. And this is just a very generic brush. I probably picked it up at Michael's or Walmart, who knows where. And I'm going to give him just a little scarf. And I want the scarf to look like it's got a little tie right there. And then it's coming off him, flying in the breeze right there. Cute. Very, very cute. And actually, I'm going to bring it over this way. So it's going right in front of his little arm. That's adorable. If you want to give him a little hat, you can. You could have even done that with the watercolor and just did a little watercolor hat and cut around that. You could do whatever you want. Just have fun with these. They're so cute. It's so fun just to play around with these. And I'm going to take a little bit of glitter. And again, this is glitter glue. It's glitter paint. So you don't want to use a really good brush. I'm just using a really generic, like acrylic brush for this. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on this guy. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on camera, but it just gives it a little extra shine on him. Look how cute that is. I probably should have used a bigger brush, but that's okay. I'm going to take my time and just apply it. Oops, I got a little bit of that gold. Go over that and try and get some of that gold off there. I touched my, I touched the scarf right there, which is totally fine. Add a little bit of glitter on his head. There. Look how cute he is. I love that. So you can just go ahead and keep making these. And this is the first one that I've made today. I'm going to go ahead and keep making more. And maybe I'll show another video on them just to show you what it looks like. I'm trying to think here if there's anything else I want to do to him. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and add some white also. Even if you want to just punch out your watercolor paper, let's see how this looks. Even if we just added some regular white ones here as well that are not painted. I'm not sure I'm going to like this, but let's just see what it looks like. Actually, I am kind of liking it. So I think I'm going to add a few of the white ones on there too, So there you go. I just wanted to show you something quick and easy, maybe a new little idea for you to use canvas instead of watercolor paper all the time. And definitely go ahead and start making little collages. And then just like I said, keep a little box, throw them in there, and then when you're ready to make a little painting, go ahead, pull them out, and just start playing around with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. You can make a comment in the comment section, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day. Bye.